Hold on a second. It's gotta go.
Oh, my stones are.
Do you guys have intro music?
Yeah, it'll play.
What is it?
We won't hear it. Just our intro music.
It should just be heavy metal.
Yeah, you won't hear it. Ooh.
Have you ever heard of
Don't slip over the slug.
Zizu, you okay, baby?
The slug is pulling me like that.
Have you ever heard of?
And we're fucking live, bro.
Guys.
All right.
We're live on
Hey,
the Dogcast.
hold on.
Dude.
Before we do anything, okay, I have something to say. I have something that I really need to get off my chest, okay?
This is
I
off to a bad
recently
start, dude.
made a
It's off to a bad
great
start.
discovery. No, it's a great start. I made a great discovery because I was watching Game of Thrones, okay? And do either of you watch Game of Thrones?
Never seen it.
Oh, gee. I was watching Game of Thrones, and I noticed that one particular character just very much resembled the man to my left.
Was it
Was
Tony
it?
And
Stark?
it's the fucking guy that doesn't know how to hold a sword.
Dude,
He no, not Tony Stark, dude. He's got blasters and shit, bro. This guy, his name is Samwell Tarly, and if you just look at this guy
Okay,
right
dude,
here,
He's
clearly
This is such a nerdy rant.
he's
dude.
clearly
Do you have a
a
picture?
You're
Samwell.
such a
Dude, I'll
dork.
pull up
This
a
is so
fucking
topical.
picture,
Dude.
dude.
Dude,
no, hold on, dude.
Keith, way to
Dude.
start off this podcast the dorkiest way possible.
No, dude,
brother.
no.
Yeah,
I just
Let's
want to show
introduce our
everyone.
guest. Your dork is getting.
I
want to
show everyone how fucking dorky you are, dude. That's
Dude,
the whole point
At
of
least
this,
I'm
man.
not a gourd.
Well, you might be a gourd.
No, I mean there was visual evidence that I don't know if you guys saw that it went viral
It
earlier.
was super pleasant.
Visual evidence.
It went viral.
of
Oh, the picture of
Keith-
you being Samwell Tarly.
No.
That one that went viral.
The
Yeah, it
Keith
did go viral.
gourd, dude.
The Keith
Oh
gourd.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I tried to put hands on that, but it
you
didn't
can't.
work.
This is fucking
Anyway,
Grant,
let's
dude.
introduce our guest
Dude,
because
this is Grant. That's fucking Grant.
I don't know.
I
About
don't really see it.
I
Dude,
killed
no.
the,
I don't see
the
that
first
much at
White
all.
Walker.
It's
It's all
Grant.
good. It's all good.
It's Grant.
Anyway, welcome on the Dogcast, dude.
Thanks
It's
for
a
having
dog.
us,
It's a
guys.
Dogcast today
Yeah.
because what's the dog's name? You want to introduce the
Zizu.
dog?
This is Zizu. She's a pit bull I'm watching for the weekend.
a certified thick bitch.
Certified pit bull.
A certified thick slug. That
That's
dog.
everything. I
That
see it on
dog's more
Pornhub.
of a slug
What
than
is
a dog.
Pog on Pornhub?
What is what?
Pog, P-A-W-G. I see that sometimes.
PAWG.
PA. That
You want me to look it up?
maybe that
Yeah.
one.
That
Planking
it
that
could be.
Walkman
Is it
skill.
Zizu?
Zizu.
Zizu.
Yeah.
They kind of went with the play on Zazu there.
It means fat with a PH
Uh,
ass white girl.
Nice. Definitely
So-
I know one of
Zizu.
those.
Oh no, the pup's going in the closet.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
she got upset.
She heard it.
Yeah,
Fat
she's
ass
sad. She's sad. Anyway,
All
I've
right.
been wanting to talk to Kevin about how he's going to stop AI from taking over the world. I know you mentioned to me that. Why don't you tell them what you studied in college?
That's actually a really good question. So I studied physics in college.
Nice.
And I'm planning to go into software engineering over the next 5 months. I have no idea how to stop AI. I know nothing about AI yet. I just
Dude.
know that I have plenty of fear in my heart.
If you could touch any part of Elon Musk, what would you touch?
Probably his pencil thin mustache that he grows out once every 16 months.
Yeah,
Nice.
that is kind of the crust.
It's a little sexy.
Yeah, I agree.
And so when you saw the robots from Boston Dynamics, did you get a little turned on, or
So I had a little shiver down the back of my neck as soon as I saw the first robot when it got kicked over by I think Elon Musk personally. I felt like
He's
a
the true AI.
Yeah. They called him up. They were like, "Hey man, I know you're scared of these guys. We're gonna just have you come in here and show them that you're the boss." So Elon Musk showed up, kicked him down. He felt a little more comfortable. I certainly didn't. So first I felt the tingle. Then I saw that they were improving their models, and that's when everything hit the fan. So as of right now, I'm more scared of four-legged dog robots. That's my
because they're a little bit more stable.
yeah.
Yeah, like the slug.
Pretty
Anyway,
much.
so what are our general feelings about robots?
Ooh.
No, I'm serious.
Dude,
What do we feel about robots?
I don't know if you can have a
I'm cool with
general
them.
feeling about a robot.
with
though.
them
I'm cool
too.
with them. I think it's I don't know. I mean,
Think
like,
about how
there's
helpful
the whole
they're gonna be.
conception like we don't really need to do as much work with them around, which is nice too, and we can focus on things that actually are entertaining and
I
pleasurable
think they're
for
cool
us.
until
Yeah.
they deem that humans are obsolete.
Which
Yep.
will probably happen. you
Yep.
know. What were we talking?
But
we were
we-
talking about the great filter
Yeah.
What's
earlier.
that?
You explain it.
So the great filter. I'm not sure who was talking about this. I saw it somewhere on YouTube. But it's this
Was
idea
George
that
Carlin?
no,
No?
it wasn't George Carlin.
The Great Filter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's this idea that if there have been alien civilization. Oh, it's actually Kurzgesagt. Kurzgesagt. He's a really cool science channel. He makes these like animated science videos.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent channel. But so the video was about life in the universe, and the idea that if there is life in the universe, there could potentially be this great filter, which is essentially a point that advanced civilizations reach that kills them all off. So there could have been many civilizations before us.
So you think that's
but-
the AI?
Maybe it's possible it's
Yeah.
AI. It's possible it's something completely different, like running out of fuel, running out
Dude,
of energy.
I think AI gives me more of an existential crisis than climate change.
Yeah.
I think personally.
I think it could solve climate change, and it could
I don't think it
also
could solve climate
fucking
change.
ruin the. You
I
don't
was
think
actually
it
I
could?
was having a conversation with somebody last night where I actually feel like oddly optimistic about climate change, given that
Really?
humans are pretty good at taking care of stuff when they're under pressure. So,
Yeah.
Like once we really,
Yeah, but
it
there's
has
like,
something
Nah,
bad has to
I
happen to
think
the
we-
first world countries to
yeah,
do
but I think
anything.
we've already like hit a kind of limit here.
Yeah.
With like there's really no turning back. I mean, like we can turn back, but there's no like actual destination we could hit. Like there's no ground zero we can go back to.
People
Like,
aren't. They're not trying hard enough. Maybe
Well, it's
people in
not
the
that we're
U.S.
not-
are
it's not that they're not
conscious.
well, yes, they're not trying hard enough, but it's like, I mean, no one will ever try hard enough. You know,
No.
it's like everyone's gonna keep.
What do you
using
think
the
it
same
will
shit.
take for people to start paying attention to this stuff? And why
New
do
York
you
City
think?
going underwater?
Yeah,
Yeah,
mass
well, I think that
death.
kind of already happened when Hurricane Sandy hit. Like,
Yeah.
Dude,
you
I
weren't
s-
in the city yet, and you weren't here either.
I wasn't here
I
for
was
it,
living
no.
in the East Village at that time, and you looked out the window of the apartment building, and like cars were submerged underwater,
Jeez.
and they were like floating down. There were people in boats
Good.
in the streets of New York.
That's
I
crazy.
saw
like
a
rescue
video,
teams.
today that fucking killed me, man. It was a video of a bird, and they open up the bird's beak, and apparently birds can't fucking vomit, okay? But they forced this
Where
bird.
is this going?
Don't worry,
Oh,
dude.
I know what you're talking
They
about.
forced
Yeah.
this bird to vomit with a bunch of liquid, and
Yeah.
all that came up was like
Plastic,
literally
yeah.
like dozens of little pieces of plastic.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
They forced the bird to vomit.
well, that's how birds feed their young.
Oh,
Is they
yeah.
vomit up all their food, right? So this
Ah.
bird is vomiting up all pieces of plastic, feeding its little
Did they just
babies.
pretend to be baby birds.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna-
chirp,
like,
chirp,
"Alright,
chirp,
vomit
chirp.
now."
Mm.
I'll let your bird hatch one.
But
day.
that's how bad we are. We don't give a fuck. You know, we don't
Well,
care.
of course,
Yeah.
but like we're sitting here right now, and like I mean, you're still drinking a aluminum can right now that you might
There you
not
go.
recycle. You know.
There you go.
Well, I was talking about this last night with Mickey, and it's like, it's so difficult to like think that anything you do on an individual level has any
Of course.
substance at all
Yeah,
when
like,
it comes
the
like
insignificance
Yeah.
of it.
it's like even because if you think about it, like even if one country like there are what are you pointing at?
It's
The
just
audio did not. It stopped.
Oh
Yuck.
shit.
The whole program froze.
That's good.
OBS is going, but Logic is frozen. Yep, dude, look to the right.
System overload.
We lost it.
I've been running this rap game since I was 20 years
So what
old.
do we do? We have to start recording.
Start it over. Start the whole thing over. Yeah.
Fuck.
Fine.
Stream too.
Yep.
All right.
Uh-oh.
So we've got 20 minutes less.
All right.
Damn, we hit some valid stuff here.
Do you just want me to hit record, Keith, or what?
Yeah. I mean, literally, yeah. Hit record, and we'll just start the whole thing over because otherwise we're gonna have audio on the stream that isn't on. It just doesn't make any sense.
I guess I could have technically saved that audio.
Yeah, but it was literally like 5 seconds past when the intro came in. No.
That'll be in the.
It's been doing that. Been doing that a lot recently, huh? Weird.
Four mics going right now.
And
And
your space on your computer.
I just cleared a bunch of space out. I think the last time I did it was when there were 4 people, when Gabby and Zach were on too.
Oh, really?
Anyway, thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah.
of
welcome
course.
back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
You know what?
Good to
The
be here.
beautiful thing, we just had a technological little struggle we had to overcome, but now we don't have Keith's dorky entrance.
No, dude, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again, man. No, we're
So
gonna
we
do it
don't
again.
have time for this.
So,
what we were talking
Quickly,
about,
fat ass white girl Grant over here
Yeah,
looks
Pog.
like
Pog.
Sam
His favorite
Tarley
pog.
Pog Grant is Sam Tarley
I'm
from
gonna
Game of
name
Thrones.
my son
We can
Pog.
continue now.
I'm
Pog?
gonna name- yeah.
Nice. He
Because-
definitely won't.
Because you know my
You're not
son's
having
gonna
a
be
son.
fat
You're
with
not
the
having a
age,
son,
right?
dude. You're not having
Yeah.
a son.
Anyway, what we were talking about was climate change and how we're all gonna die. And
Yeah.
then Keith brought up how there was a
Baby
bird
birds
recently that
vomiting.
Yeah.
threw up and it just vomited
Because
a bunch
Keith
of
was
plastic.
actually going out and force feeding birds plastic.
Yes.
We learned recently.
Yeah, it was an experiment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude,
Yes.
you really have to stop with that.
Dude, I
man.
just
Yeah.
wanted to see what would happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and unfortunately,
And the worst happened.
And what do you know? They threw out the plastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you know? It didn't disappear. It stayed.
Speaking of birds, what's everybody's favorite bird?
Oh
Ah,
God.
that's a good one.
The shoe bill.
We got 40 minutes to
Yeah.
do this, and you're talking about favorite birds.
Shoe bill.
Shoe bills
Shoe
are
bill's great.
huge, man.
I,
Look them
I'm
up
gonna
if you
look
don't know
that
what a
up.
shoe bill is. They're big. I think they're in Asia.
Oh, those are those
Yeah.
dinosaur-looking things. Wow. They even have Rex in their scientific name.
They look ferocious.
wow.
Balienceps Rex. Dude, isn't that your middle name?
Yeah. It's actually Leonidas.
Taylor, what's your favorite bird?
I'm a big fan of puffins.
Yeah,
Because
puffins
they're
are
like
pretty
they're
cute.
like second degree penguins.
Yeah.
Puffins.
Yeah, puffins. They're like penguins, but they don't need the cold climate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they can hop.
Oh.
Don't
Yeah.
they have fur too, not feathers?
I think so.
That's weird.
Or is it just
Yeah.
downy feathers?
And you know what's even weirder? You remember? Have you ever seen Happy Feet? Remember those penguins that had like the weird yellow eyebrows? You know the small
Macaroni
ones.
penguins?
I think they might have been. They were
Yeah.
gross. They're gross looking.
Hmm.
But yeah, so I'm a puffin guy.
You're a puffin guy.
Yeah.
What about you, Grant?
Yeah, I like kiwis.
Kiwis are
know.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
Keith.
I'm more of the flying squirrel type.
That's
Oh,
That's-
no.
that's
No,
not
no,
even-
don't worry
even
about
a
it.
bird,
No, yeah.
dude.
Dude, it flaps its wings, bro.
That's
yeah, those
not-
aren't wings.
Flying.
Those
no,
are,
no, no,
those
don't
are
worry.
flaps of skin.
Dude, don't worry about it, dude. Flying squirrels.
Does anybody
definitely
have
the
any
best
flaps
birds.
of skin they want to share about?
I,
like any
I-
flaps
so
of
I
skin?
know
like
Taylor
abnormal
has one.
I have
flaps?
these pair of jeans that I wear all the time, and they have two giant holes in the groin area, right where my my jelly beans hang.
Your
And
junk.
I was wearing a pair of boxers yesterday that also had a hole in the same area.
Oh no.
So my flaps
Nice.
were kind of just flowing in the wind.
Nice.
At your
majority of the day.
graduation?
Yeah, but graduation, the show last night, just hanging out outside.
You just didn't really care, huh?
No, it's fine. If unless I'm sitting directly across from somebody with like man spreading, I guess, then
Yeah.
you'll really get the full throttle.
Are you
But,
sure that it wasn't just
gonads.
hanging and?
No, I wasn't
and-
just hanging out. Like you had to look underneath or look at.
all right.
In there, yeah.
Taylor, you just brought up something that I find interesting.
Go for it.
Can we ask what's everyone's opinion on man spreading?
Oh, did you see that video a couple months ago of the girl that poured bleach on
Yes.
men's?
What?
I know
It
you're
was
talking about.
ridiculous.
What?
You
What
didn't
was
see
it?
that?
No.
There was
Quick
like it
recap.
was like one of those like Facebook like everybody
Viral
shared this
videos.
video.
Girl,
Yeah.
girl throws bleach on man spreader.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Really?
Yeah, that's what it
Oh
was.
my
And it was
God.
like
Was
all
it like
of
on the
these-
subway
it was
or
like
something?
A compilation on the subway of a
Wow.
girl. I think it was in Russia who went around and poured bleach on men that were spreading. My
That's the healthy
opinion
way to
on
do
it
that.
is that I don't understand what everybody's so upset about it.
Well,
Uh,
the thing is,
I-
like, why don't you just ask?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't really have
Yeah.
to just pour bleach. Also, like, it's more comfortable for
It's-
men to have
yes.
your legs a little bit further apart from one another.
Right.
I think.
And also, it's not like
Like,
Women
there's
do
no
it
man
too.
that's doing that, so they're like,
Yeah, fuck you
now the
guys.
woman
just
can't
taking
sit
down
next
some
to me.
women.
I've noticed a
Yeah.
significant number of times where a woman is wearing jeans or pants, and she also does the same exact thing. So I think it's totally fucking.
Well, not to
hypocritical.
mention that women often have like purses
Yeah,
they put
well-
on the
Right,
seat next
right.
To, yeah. So if we're talking about man spreading, I would say that I'm not for or against it,
Yeah.
but I don't know what my official 2020 platform was gonna be.
You know, I'm for common courtesy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come right out and say it. I know I hated to get political on this show. I'm gonna come right out and say it. I'm for common courtesy.
Dude, yesterday you said you wanted to talk about politics. Is it since we only have like 5 more minutes in
Yeah.
our opening discourse? What do you want to talk about?
All right, so I love politics. I know everything about politics. I've been
you
studying
actually?
politics for about 15 years.
Nice.
I just wanted to say that Drake should no longer have a career.
Why, dude?
That's my political stance. 'Cause,
Wait, why, man?
because I think Pusha T.
You didn't like God's
I think
plan,
Pusha
dude?
T killed him, man.
He created a wormhole of music.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Drake transcended sound, and then went to hell. Okay.
wow.
Wait, but transcended what?
I don't know if we can cover all this
does
in
he
5
YOLO?
minutes.
I think he just rode atop the back of a fiery demon into hell.
Dude, I actually
He kinda
was
looks
the
like a
fiery
demon.
Lil Wayne.
It was Kiki.
Yeah.
Kiki?
Yeah, he was saying, "Kiki, do you love me?" And then he just rode in on that demon. It was, it was sick.
And ever
Yeah.
since that, and then he made what was the what was the line in God's plan where it's like sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm bad. What is it?
I have no idea. I've never listened to his
The
music.
song that goes like, "I only love my girl and my mom. I'm sorry," and
Yeah.
the beat drops.
There's
It's
this,
like, all right, bitch.
There's this really cool YouTube channel. It's called Reptile Legit Gaming, and they make Minecraft covers of every song Drake comes out with.
Great.
It's like a teenage girl, and she just makes these amazing Minecraft covers of Drake songs.
Yeah.
It's an incredible channel. I would recommend anyone checks it out.
Instead of listening to Drake, listen
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. Well, Drake's a pretty good Canadian.
Dude, well,
Is he
dude, he's a great
He's
Canadian.
Canadian,
Did you
yeah.
see him at the Raptors game the other night?
Oh, yeah.
actually,
Dude
I have,
went.
I have a really serious question about Drake because it came up in my Christian scriptures class about
Really?
about God's plan. Yeah, the fucking video. And like
Really?
and I was just like, you guys do realize that's like the most selfish video ever.
Why do you
Like-
say that?
Okay, yes, we got okay.
Dude,
the whole,
this is the
whole-
video. The context for the video is that he just gave money out. To
Yeah,
people,
so
right?
he was like, we got $1 million budget, and so we just went around giving money to people instead
Yeah.
of like making a real music video. But okay, let's think about the logistics of how much money actually goes into making a music video.
Yeah.
How much did you have to pay the producer, the director, Drake? They probably paid as well. I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Everybody else involved with it, and like just think about how much money Drake has now. This kid or man or boy.
So,
like
so
think, I
your
mean,
stance
you
is
just-
that it's selfish because it benefited him.
no matter what, it benefited him.
You
Like he
know?
didn't even have to make the video. He could have just done it.
Yeah.
You know,
as much
and-
as I'm not a huge fan of Drake, I don't really mind it. You know?
I mean, it's
like-
fun. Yeah, but like someone was saying in class, like he was doing it for the people, and it's like I can't really.
I mean, it's one of those things where it's like somebody donates to charity and they post on social media.
Right.
so
Yeah.
everybody
Well, that's like
knows.
the
I
whole,
feel like
ice bucket
if
challenge
you,
and everything.
yeah, but if you have that mentality, then anything anyone does for a good cause is gonna be, you could look at it as like, oh, that's selfish because they did it for the recognition of doing.
Well, exactly,
it.
but you don't need to do it for the recognition.
No,
He could've just
you
gone
don't.
away and done it,
You
know?
don't.
People have a hard time doing that though. Like people really want the recognition.
Oh, of course.
when they do
Yeah.
something
And then
good.
that's where the selfishness comes from.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like
It's-
what's cool about that is, right, so you donate the money, they benefit, they get the money, they're happy, they're chilling. You get the benefit of having the recognition if that's something you desire. So both parties are happy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can
And-
you just giving them more money without having to get recognized?
And your increased
Well,
recognition, through the video attracts more of an audience to that said video and that charitable cause.
But the charitable cause was just giving money to people.
was
I would say the worst part about it is like the superiority complex
Yeah,
of it.
of
It's
course.
like I have the ability to do this. You're a subject in my video that I'm just giving money to because you need it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to monetize that. You know, so like I think it's a net positive thing. Like I think that him giving the money out is like generally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean you could pick it apart all day, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
There's definitely selfish aspects, but I think I'm with you. Net positive is, or the net is positive.
And speaking of Drake, I've been having
dreams about him.
dreams, but I've been trying to deal with this illness recently. I'm stuck in sicko mode.
Oh, Jesus,
I don't know how to
dude.
turn it off.
Dude,
Have you
I'm
tried
s-
sicko mode
he-
too?
No,
You should
Next-
try
it's the
sicko
next
mode,
level?
Too.
It's better than
dude,
the
but
original.
I'm exhausted. I've been in sicko mode for weeks
Yeah.
now. You know,
It's a
you got
wretched
have
condition.
you experienced this?
I was actually vexed by sicko mode for about 14 minutes actually 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
It was so terrible, man. I felt like my eyes were bleeding. My
It's
tongue
so
turned into
hard.
sandpaper.
Yeah.
A horrible condition. I
Dude.
would not wish it on my
dude,
worst
the
enemy.
fuck is sicko mode,
Dude,
bro?
talking to people when you're in sicko mode, man, so awful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, there's an outbreak of measles, but people should be focusing on the outbreak of sicko mode, you know?
Yeah.
Of course.
And I mean, we were
Yeah.
just talking about H1N1 too. I hear that is making a terrible comeback. Everyone's getting H1N1.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of the prior spread of sicko mode.
Yeah.
It's kind of leading up to it, you know. And there's
Yeah.
certain degrees of disease. and all that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like sicko mode seems to be ushering in this political polarization
Oh my
of the
God.
USA at the moment. I mean, you saw the Ben Shapiro walkout. last week, and I
That
have
is
to
very
say
true.
I did sense a little bit of sicko mode in him.
Yeah,
there.
Ben
Yeah.
Shapiro, when he said, "I am more popular than you," I've never even heard of you before.
That's very sicko
yeah,
mode.
that was
yeah.
sicko mode pouring
Dude.
through his pores.
What the fuck is sicko mode? Nobody's still explaining what sicko mode is.
Taylor, would you like to take the lead on this?
Well, I honestly think it's really indescribable unless
Yeah, I
you
think it's
Wow.
experience
rude
it.
if you
It's
ask.
oh damn. How do I approach and find said sicko
Well,
mode?
right now you're doing the wrong thing, which is
Oh.
talking about it.
Oh,
and
okay.
asking
Well,
about it
but wait,
because you
you're-
haven't experienced
but
it.
you're talking about it.
Yeah, because I've experienced it.
Oh,
you know. But I'm not
shit.
exactly. I'm not saying what it is. I'm just saying I've experienced it.
Fuck.
You know?
So how do I know? You just know?
If
It's just
there
you
there
don't
are
know till you
certain
know?
symptoms if you wake up and you just start bawling out.
Yeah.
If you find
Oh,
that
that's me every
bitches
day,
eat
dude.
you-
Yeah,
That's
if
me
you-
every day.
If you wake,
It should just
If
be
you
called-
find that
What'd
you're
you
just
say?
that you're obsessed with pogs. Then
Yeah, that's another thing, right? So weird.
Yeah.
You start getting very into pogs. You're
find that bitches
you
eat
wake
you.
up and you're bawling out.
yeah.
You stacking bags of money.
Dude,
Yeah.
are we saying that Drake invented this? Because I think
No,
I think
no.
fucking
No,
Vartanian's been on this shit for years.
Yeah.
So-
I don't think
It's
so.
No,
different.
don't worry
It's-
about it, dude.
It's different, right?
No.
It's a little different
No.
because you're like
What
You're like Jesse J. You know.
I'm like I don't know about that. I don't know
All right,
if
is the
I
introduction done?
I don't know if I agree with that
well
one.
to
Now that we're
conclude-
done getting political.
I think I mean we really don't want. I want to maintain like a decent discourse with you guys, and I can
Yeah.
sense there's some tension boiling.
No,
with this
I'm just
conversation.
not.
So
Are we
let's move
moving on
on
to
to the headlines.
headlines?
Let's move
Let's
on to
do the
headlines.
fucking headlines.
Headlines.
who wants to
Yes.
Who wants to start us off with the
I
I
headline?
guess we can.
Yeah, I have a good one.
Okay,
I have a
cool.
decent
So
one.
wait, does each person get a headline?
Yeah,
Or
let's
Yes.
do that. We'll all
Okay.
go
Oh,
around.
cool, cool.
Sweet. All right, you do the first one.
Yeah.
I'll do, yeah.
So mine, I found this today actually earlier on The Guardian. It says Mallard flips bike, 3 killed.
What?
What?
Yeah. I didn't look
What is
into
it?
it.
Who's
at all.
Mallard?
Like a mallard
Duck?
duck, I would assume.
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah.
the only time I've heard
Something,
the.
You made this up.
No, absolutely not. You can find it
Yeah.
actually if you Google it.
Mallard flips duck.
No,
Mallard
Mallard
flips
flipped
bike.
bike.
3 killed. It actually seemed like a horrible
So
story.
read
Yeah.
some of the article.
Oh,
Do
we
you
can-
have it?
Oh yeah, I
Get
didn't.
it.
Oh, you
We
don't
just-
have
we
it. You
just
just
wrote
have
down
it.
the-
Okay,
wrote
so
down the
Grant,
names.
if Grant has it,
No, I can't find anything.
Are you sure?
Do you have your VPN on?
Well, I actually did hear about that,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, I don't know. I feel like it all goes back to the political polarization.
oh
of it.
Jesus,
And
no.
the Ducks
Yeah.
are on the verge of making a comeback.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and they're you know
They're starting an insurrection.
They're rebelling.
yeah. Taylor, what do you got for us?
Which one should I do? I think number 3.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we found this is more pop culture, I guess. Industry plant Billie Eilish is actually tuna.
Wait, okay.
Again,
do
we
you
didn't
want- do you
read the
wanna- Do
article.
you want to
Yeah.
summarize what they're saying there?
It's all in the name.
Yeah.
It's all in the article title.
Yeah. she
Well, think
does
of
kind
like
feel
a can
she-
of tuna,
Yeah.
and then think of Billie Eilish, and then you kind of
Accurate
they kind of
resemblance.
meld together into one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Billie-
that's what I'm getting from. Again, I didn't read the article.
Billie
Now,
Tuna.
What
Why would I do
what
that?
I'm curious about with this is she like a tuna swimming in the ocean, or is she a tuna
She's
in a
long
can?
dead.
Yeah.
She's long dead.
Long
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
Wow.
What are our
That's-
thoughts on Billie Eilish?
Dark.
cool.
I like her
Yeah,
music.
I like her music.
I think she's
You know?
charming. I watched the
Mm.
interview
Charming.
with
Yeah,
her.
I watched. I haven't
I
listened
don't
to
think
any of her
she's
music.
charming at all. I think.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, the one thing is like she's no different than any other like pop artist except for her music, except for her sound.
Hmm.
Have you guys ever had anybody from Gen Z on your podcast before this?
Well, Taylor's been on
Taylor.
before.
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
And his
Yeah, that's fair.
bandmates.
But none of them. They're all over
What's the
them.
cutoff for
Oh, are
Gen
they?
Z?
I believe
It's
from
2
what
under
I've seen,
us.
it's
97.
1996.
97.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's 97.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're the start of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm the start of that. Actually.
the reason I
You
asked,
started
the reason I ask is because I think Billie Eilish speaks to us in a way that I don't think she could speak to either of you two.
Yeah.
Why do you
being part
say
of
that?
Gen Z. You know, it's like she's like the
Dude,
pioneer.
that sounds like a BuzzFeed article. Billie Eilish speaks to Gen Z in a way that nobody else can.
Yeah. She's like our Michael Jackson
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do you believe that? That's
Queen
a
of
bold
pop.
statement, dude.
because she never mind.
No, keep going, man.
No, it's
you
okay.
you can't backtrack now. You jumped into that.
Nope. I'm biting my
That's it.
tongue here.
All right.
She just is, and that's
All right,
it.
well,
Yeah.
that's
All right, Grant. What's
so
yours?
Harvard satirical publication apologizes for sexualized Anne Frank bikini photo.
I saw that actually.
That's
I'll
amazing.
read a little bit about this. The Harvard Lampoon, Harvard University's student-run satirical newspaper, has apologized for publishing over the weekend a sexualized photo of Anne Frank in a bikini. Gone before her time, virtual aging technology shows us what Anne Frank would have looked if she hadn't died. Add this to your list of reasons why the Holocaust sucked.
Wow.
This is coming out also, so the photo is like, it's clearly like a joke. It's just
Yeah.
her head on a
Yeah.
slug's nut, doesn't like this. So,
An Anne
It's like
Frank fan.
photoshopped on very clearly.
yeah.
Nick's calling me.
So, Nick who?
Nick to Juno.
Is that because it took place at Harvard? Because I feel like Anne Frank jokes have been kind of like on the market for a while.
For a while, yeah.
Like-
Have they, though?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I
That's
don't
pretty
think like
bad.
Holocaust jokes in general have been. But Anne Frank jokes specifically, I feel like they've been done before
Yeah.
without much blowback
Yeah.
or backlash.
I don't know.
Something a little skeevy about looking at that image. It's like,
About
can you?
sexualizing a dead child.
Yeah,
that died
Yeah, I
in the
think there's
can
plenty wrong
Holocaust.
with
can you not
Yeah.
do that?
Yeah, of course, but like, you gotta-
Does this fall under the claim that comedians have full free speech? that they are our
Yeah, that's
only
interesting.
that they are our only like demographic that can just speak without any
Wow.
constraints.
Oh, so it was a hard. I'm like trying to like read the article like kind of off the computer, but it was a Harvard student-run satirical
Yeah.
newspaper that did this. Yeah, don't.
I mean, that's just. It's just
Why do you think?
ridiculous.
Why do you think people are interpreting this differently than any comedian saying anything absurd? Because there's a visual to go along with it.
yeah, that.
Yeah, and
I
I
guess
mean,
so,
I
and
think
it's such a, like a prominent name.
Yeah, it's something
too.
everyone knows.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it hits close to home with
Whereas,
a lot of people.
yeah, and like in comedy, it's kind of more generic. Like you
Mhm.
use certain terms that are like generically placed rather than like an actual person in a.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Well, that's weird. Whoever decided that in the writing room should probably get out of sicko mode
Yeah.
as soon as possible.
Their eyes just went
This
red.
is like this is
Dude.
this is what I was talking about. Like
They hit
you
level
spend
2.
a couple weeks in sicko mode, and it's like you start doing things like this.
Yeah, you make
Yeah.
some
It's
really
questionable
weird.
decisions.
Yeah.
Keith, what do you have?
All right. I have. This is from The Independent. Most Americans say Arabic numerals, pretty much that's
Sure.
0 through 9,
Yeah.
should not be taught in school.
Why?
Oh,
Because
God.
they're called
wait,
because Americans
are they the
don't
same
know
as-
that Arabic numerals are 0 through 9, like the numbers 0 through 9.
They just
Do you understand?
Oh,
And they
yeah.
all they're hearing is, "Oh, Arabic numerals don't teach
Yeah,
that."
right.
Ugh.
Wait,
what
hold
is
on,
the
so
statistic?
maybe
How
I'm
many people?
ignorant.
It
Is
doesn't-
the same numbers.
What is
It's
it?
It's the same numbers, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
are.
The
Okay.
digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll read a little bit of the article.
Right.
Oh, it just kind of.
That's a trick question, dude. They trap them.
Yeah.
Oh
They
fuck. it.
trap those people.
Oh, there we go. Okay. It says more than half of Americans, I don't know where they're getting this stat from. More than half of Americans believe Arabic numerals, the standard symbol used across much of the world to denote numbers, should not be taught in school, according to a survey. 56% of people say the numerals should not be part of the curriculum for U.S. pupils, according to research designed to explore the bias and prejudice of poll respondents. The digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Americans are so racist.
Yeah.
True.
I
That's-
100% believe that because there's actually a high school near where we are from.
Which one?
Pine Bush, New York.
Yeah, we're
Um,
calling you out, Pine
yeah,
Bush.
Pine Bush. If you're listening to this,
Yeah,
get bent,
Pine
brother.
Bush. If you're listening
You
to
said
this.
get
Pine
benched?
Bush, the man. Everyone from Pine Bush, you're fine, but Pine Bush himself
Yeah.
or herself.
Wait, but what happened?
Pine Bush, the deity. Anyway, yeah. So there was this whole thing. I think it was when I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school. But they were doing this like cultural week at the school, and they were singing the national anthem in a bunch of different languages. And they sang the national anthem. Well, they were planning on singing the national anthem in Arabic one day, and the protests were out of control.
What?
Yeah, like I remember the like the president. I might be getting these things wrong, so my bad. But like I know the president of their class had to like go on the news or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it was a whole ordeal.
Well, people were just mad because it was like they're like, oh, it's disrespectful to sing the national anthem in another
Yeah.
language.
Well,
I guess.
I think all
Specifically-
the other languages were fine. It was just
It
Arabic.
was just Arabic?
Yeah.
So
Dude,
ridiculous.
People
Yeah.
are so bad with. I don't know. I mean, I know what it is, but
Yeah.
The fact that with this, it's like you don't even take the second to like read a little bit of what Arabic numerals means, and you just hear Arabic and like your fucking asshole tightens up. You can figure yourself out.
I think it's really problematic, like how disconnected people are from like populations in the Middle East, because it's almost they're not even people in people's minds.
They're not even human.
They're just a concept of what they.
Yeah. They're the fucking Dothraki, dude.
Yeah,
I guess that's where
straight up.
That's just where like traveling and just educating yourself comes from.
Yeah, I agree.
Experiencing that like not every person is as evil as you believe them to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so close-minded.
Yeah, I agree.
Wise words, Mr. Crawford. Wise words.
Wait, so this
She
is just
told
a
me
funny head. The article is not interesting, but the choice of headline here is hilarious. Teacher with low self-esteem is fired after posting photos of her wearing a swimsuit.
Wow.
But the headline,
they had to put
they
it
had to
behind
throw
low
in low
self-esteem.
self-esteem. Teacher with low self-esteem.
This is also
They
the
had to
problem
throw a
with these
subtle jab.
websites. This website is, what is it called?
I think it might be a Russian website.
Textverse.
news.
Hashtag fake news. No, but like there's so many different fucking quote news articles or news websites. Like
Dude, how do we feel that? So that headline is ridiculous. But how do we feel about like the teachers that are like friends with people in high school?
That's super bizarre.
Right?
What do you mean,
Yeah.
friends
You
with
know what I'm
people?
talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
Wait, did you see the article about the teacher that is coming under serious fire because he went to a kid's graduation party and high school graduation party, and the school, I think the school board, got super pissed because the kids were drinking at the party. Teacher didn't know. Teacher didn't know, but the school board is like trying to get him fired.
That's silly.
Really? That's
Yeah, it is
ridiculous.
silly.
I mean,
But that goes along the lines with that. You think that teachers like having a
I think if it's a
Well, it's
graduation party, like in my head, a graduation party is like friends and family. Like you can absolutely invite a teacher to a graduation.
Yeah.
I agree.
What I'm talking about more so is like the teachers. Like I knew some teachers like in middle school and high school where they would literally like give kids rides home.
Oh yeah, that's
And like the kids would like hang out in their class like after school until like 5 p.m. You know what I'm talking about?
That was weird.
Yeah, I think in about like T-8 seconds or so, I'm gonna start calling out every teacher that's treated me inappropriately on this podcast.
Oh yeah.
So for you guys listening, I'm gonna start in 3, 2.
oh no.
No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, you should do it. You should start, and then there'll be a headline that's like, teachers in Goshen with low self-esteem
It'll
called out on popular millennial
Logan
podcast.
Boy on 20-somethings podcast.
Called out for harassment.
It'll draw
photos.
great attention. You should
Yeah.
do it. We'll get great reviews.
All right.
Or
Does
maybe
anybody
not.
else? Do you guys have any last headlines you want to toss in before we switch over?
We
to
do
the
have
unpopular
one more.
opinions?
Time. There's a dog on top of my cell phone, which contains the crucial information.
Dude, put the mic to the dog. Let the dog speak for a second. What does the dog have to say?
He's like,
Oh,
I don't wanna.
Looks so nervous. What's up with dogs always looking like they're nervous to tell you something?
She
You know?
really loves me.
This one was taken from hiphopnews.gov.
Nice.
It says-
.gov.
Yeah, it says wannabe rap artist tortured for penny stocks, and so yeah, they were just torturing the guy. They held him down, waterboarded him. It was terrible.
Dude,
Oh,
quick
penny
question.
stocks.
What do we think about SoundCloud rappers?
SoundCloud rappers.
I think they had their place.
Yeah.
I think it's
In
really
hell?
important. No,
As
I mean
someone
like,
A
as
special
someone,
room carved out in hell.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, like it's a platform where you can produce your own content and everything, and be an individual artist. And I guess Spotify is actually kind of piggybacking off of that now. They started this whole thing where you can personalize your own profile and like upload things for free. But then you're under like I don't know what the deal is with like copyright and all that jazz.
But
As-
like,
oh.
how about like people treating the death of SoundCloud rappers as if it's like Kurt Cobain died?
Yeah. Well,
Well,
as someone who's friends with many a SoundCloud rapper, I'm fine with them doing whatever they want. It's fun. It's cool. But I just don't think it's the wisest career decision to make because it's so saturated.
yeah.
Like,
Dude,
But people actually listen to it. Like it's a different thing. Like
Yeah.
you can like I mean, from personal experience, like we put ourselves on Spotify and we don't know who's like actually listening to it. But like I met so many people who are just on SoundCloud listening to SoundCloud rappers. You know,
Yeah.
just like new SoundCloud rappers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know I'm all for it. Trying to
this dog is laying on the cameras.
Yeah.
Okay,
Poor girl.
that's fine.
It's like whenever you're on the subway, and I always see people on the subway now watching YouTube videos of music. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what?
I always wonder who
Fuck.
does that. Like,
Yeah,
like,
where
they
do the
have
views
millions
come
and millions
from?
of
Yeah.
views. Who is watching those?
Have
I
you
know.
guys heard the terrible stories about many SoundCloud? Like Lil Xan recently overdosed a
Yeah.
few months back on
Yeah.
hot Cheetos.
What?
Like actually, he was hospitalized.
Are you serious?
What?
Yeah, for consuming too many hot Cheetos.
Dude, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
And they have
what?
like tattoos of like ice cream cones on their faces.
Yup.
Like, hey,
No.
Well,
hey,
Gucci Mane's been
Go
doing
out.
it.
Richard's been
outside.
doing that for years.
go outside. I'm locking the door on you. I'm tossing you a blanket. Find a nice place to sleep. That's what I'm saying to all SoundCloud rappers. Go outside, find a bench. That's where you're sleeping from now
I
on.
think that's a hashtag unpopular opinion, Grant.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I
man.
think that is an unpopular
Should we
opinion.
should we
a
hit
great
the
segue.
unpopular opinions?
Yeah, all right.
Sure.
So I got some unpopular opinions lined up for all of you. Let's see, where should we start?
I have a great one.
If you guys want to look it up, it's the unpopular opinion thread on Reddit. You can just Google it and go down.
You ready?
So this one's funny. You don't graduate from kindergarten. And it reads, why do they need so many silly graduations? You graduate from high school and get a diploma. You graduate from college and get a degree. You graduate from graduate school and get a professional degree or a PhD. You don't graduate from kindergarten.
You know what this is like?
It's a social promotion.
Yeah.
You don't graduate
course.
from
That is
middle
a good
school to
point.
high school.
This is
You're
like-
just advancing to the next level.
This is like people that have fucking massive celebrations in like halls for their son or daughter
Sweet 16.
getting Holy Communion.
Yes.
And I'm like,
Well, I mean, it's all Christendom. You know, it's all
Huh?
symbolic order and all that.
yeah, I
kind of
know,
stuff.
but like, you know, we can do all that, but we don't need like the fucking
I'm not saying it's good.
3-tower cake, you
It's
know,
like
that's
bar
sitting off to the
mitzvahs.
side.
When
Sweet
people-
16s, dude.
Yeah,
Same
sweet
thing.
16s about mitzvahs
I would love
and
to have a
everything
sweet
like that.
16.
It's crazy.
Did you didn't have a sweet 16? I did not.
No.
Not yet.
When's
Not
it?
yet.
It's only 15.
coming.
It's coming up. We're
It's
gonna
coming.
we're gonna
Gen
plug
Z
the we're gonna
boys, come
plug the
on.
advertisement at the end of it.
I'm upvoting Sweet 60s now.
Nice.
Yeah.
My thing with kindergarten
Sweet
is like
60s.
I would love to spend like 3 weeks just like like seeing what goes on in a kindergarten class because I don't remember anything from
Right.
it. Like they could have just been teaching.
Yeah,
me
like
how
what
to
do they
breathe.
teach you? I feel like the
Yeah.
only thing I remember is writing on those guiding
Yeah.
lines when you're learning
I
how
only
to write
remember
the
like
letters.
things that I did wrong in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Like those
Yeah,
are the only things.
I remember things I didn't.
Remember
I,
Sandbox?
yep. Sandbox,
yeah.
playing with toys in sandbox. That's about it.
Yeah.
Listen, that's hard shit. You should graduate from that.
Mhm.
Unpopular opinion.
It's just
Well,
one of
I
those
mean,
You
things
should
that
graduate.
It's solely for the
Cap and
parents.
gown the kindergartners.
Well, there's like
Dude,
that sounds
controversy
dirty.
for like the
sounds
whole like
dirty. Where's your mind
participation
at?
award and all that, like in sports and all that. Which like I see where its benefits come from, but you also have to recognize failure and then deal with it so you can.
Yeah, I
build on it,
agree.
you know?
We're
Yeah,
just
it
so
is kind of like that. It's
Yeah.
like every time you like just do something, it's like, oh, we have to make a huge deal out of it. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
oh, you played in the sandbox. Here's your diploma. Hey,
Congrats.
you're not. You suck, actually.
Well, it's just
You're just
yeah,
a
it's
stupid
just a
little
label,
kid.
like
You
were
literally,
saying.
literally not able to do anything yet. You're a stupid kid.
Yeah.
You have no talent.
Well, that's the thing. So like, what's the point of even giving it to them? They don't recognize it. You
That's
know?
what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
for the parents.
You know?
It's dumb.
And that's
Yeah.
even worse because then I mean that just adds on to oh Jesus.
Whoop, whoop,
Well,
whoop.
just move her leg. Just
Do you know what I think? To piggyback off of that, what I think might be an unpopular opinion is that at graduation ceremonies, I feel like no one should applaud until the very end.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so annoying.
Well, because
Yeah, I agree.
especially when you're calling names, dude, because there's like some people don't really have families.
Yeah, I saw a lot
Yeah,
of people
they're
that
that's
got
doing it for
sad.
themselves. Like, and then you hear like one person who, I'm not gonna go into the different programs,
Mhm.
but some people who like they're there and they're entire because they got extra tickets from other people who didn't have enough or didn't need that many, and so their whole family's there like cheering
Mhm.
them on. Next person you hear their name, no clapping.
Yeah.
And it's like
that's
how much
sad.
of a fucking destruction to your self-esteem is that?
Yeah.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
I recently graduated from college, so this one hits close to home.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Thanks. It doesn't feel good.
Had to
No?
flex a little bit.
No. Um,
I have a good one. Donating organs after death should be the standard, not even mandatory. Not even mandatory. Literally normal procedure.
yes.
Really?
I-
Do you-
Yeah, why
do you
not?
agree?
I
cares?
agree. I agree.
Really?
I think it should. Everyone. It doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Your
You're dead.
organs
You're
don't
dead.
matter anymore.
You're so dead.
Even if
We
you have an
a hard
open
time thinking
casket.
about that though, and like I think it's actually more so like the loved ones of a deceased person that have
But
a harder
Of
time.
course,
If we
but
have a
then
hard
you're
time thinking about
contributing,
it-
like how much better? Like you can still do good when you die.
Right, exactly. If
Yeah.
you're having trouble thinking about it, then think of it as like, hey, my heart is still living on. You know, it's still helping someone else. My
Uh-huh.
liver is still living on, helping someone else. You're still you can think of yourself as living past post-mortem, whereas if you what's the fucking point of going into a casket with all your organs?
Do you know
What the
who
fuck are they going to do in there?
The way that organs are donated?
Hmm?
Do you guys know who regulates the way organs are donated?
No.
And who facilitates that? Because I have no idea. I think that would be amazing if we all just donated our organs when we died and they went to a good purpose. But what if someone determines that it's more profitable for them to commit malpractice and harm someone?
There's a
their
tourism
organs.
in certain countries in Southeast Asia where people literally go there and buy organs on the
Yeah.
black
Yeah.
market and stuff,
Yep.
and it's like a
Crazy.
huge tourist industry.
Yeah.
Like I forget what it's called, but it's like a branch of medical tourism. Dude,
Yeah.
this dog is sabotaging.
But I mean, at the
She's
same
out
time,
for
I feel like if that were the
Spellcast.
case, then people would probably already be doing that to organ donors anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't think that should be an issue. So
Yeah.
I agree with that unpopular opinion.
Nice.
Yeah.
It was voted 61% unpopular. So
Interesting.
Wow.
People
This is
don't- people don't agree.
This is an interesting one. Non-natural hair color is rarely good looking, and most of you look like you're wearing a plastic wig colored with markers.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a trend right now where it's like everybody's doing like rainbow hair
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
of like
6ix9ine?
XX Tenny Sign, whatever his name is.
6ix9ine.
6ix9ine.
Ten
Dude,
Cyanide.
SoundCloud rappers, bro.
Yeah.
Go outside.
was he a
sleep on
SoundCloud rapper?
bench.
Was he a SoundCloud rapper?
I think
think
so.
so, yeah.
Probably.
Dude, the culture is so strange.
I got a good one for you. If you're pro-choice, then you need to support the right to assisted suicide.
We were actually kind
Yeah,
of
we were
talking
talking
about this
about this a
earlier
while ago.
today.
Dude, did you see the Twitter thread of the doctor that talked about this? There was like a really popular Twitter thread about a doctor talking about assisted suicide. I don't know if that's what you're... He was I'm not sure what kind of doctor he was, but he helped a woman who was going to die, and they basically put her through a medically assisted death.
Yeah.
And it was great. Like the way he described it, he was like, I was totally against it at first. And then he was like, wow, the whole family was in there. They were celebrating her life with her, drinking champagne. And then they just ended up just giving her a little thing of this, a little thing of that. She went to sleep. Everyone cried, yeah, but she went out like with dignity and not 4 months later in total shambles.
It's extremely sorry if you want.
Oh, no,
to
it's all good.
It's just like extremely Americanized, and that's through Christendom as well. It's just like where death is a scary thing and it shouldn't be accepted and all that.
Right, and we want to like last as long as we can.
Which is ridiculous. So like the moment you're born, you start dying. It's like it's inevitable. Like stop. Stop.
I
it.
get it though. I get it.
Of course, I get it.
I get it.
Of course. I mean, like.
I mean, my thing is, though, if it's that futile, why don't we just, like, nuke all of the starving people in Africa, Like, that are suffering. That's all I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that we should. Definitely not saying we should. But I'm saying if you're going to appeal to that futility and say there's no way it'll ever get better, abort the child, kill yourself, whatever. Like, I'm not taking a stance here either way. I'm just proposing a counter argument.
Yeah.
Why not just, like, say we have this large population of people that are suffering. Why not just wipe them all out? And
Because I
do
think
the world much
they
better?
have. I think in that instance, they have the ability to get better or provide or seek out a better life for themselves. Whereas if you are at the point like this woman was, she had an infection that they couldn't solve. Like it was like she was like stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
It had metastasized to her blood. That's not what she had. But it was as if cancer had metastasized. Like, she's done, pretty much, and they're just going to wait for this infection to take over and kill her. And it's like, do you want to live the next 4 months in total shit, not be able to move, not be able to do anything? Literally, she was in pain just lifting up her arm,
Yeah.
And it's like, do you want to watch your mom or your grandmother or whatever, your sister, do that? Or do you want to have one day where it's like, okay, we're all gonna get together. We're gonna have a big fucking party celebrating your life, and then and you're gonna be able to go peacefully, and not be in pain anymore. It's like we do it for dogs.
Yeah.
We literally do it for dogs, but we don't do it for
We
ourselves.
also do it for slugs.
Yeah.
Dude,
This,
I have a good one that actually I was thinking about earlier today because I saw a headline earlier today that was like 1,600 schools hold walkouts to protest climate change. I was like, how do you protest climate change? You're not like, it's not
We're
like
all
a
on the same
policy.
team here.
Yeah.
So this one
Yeah.
says climate change marches are becoming background noise. I see a lot of kids from my school going on climate change marches, and they happen to like almost every Friday. I don't think anyone really cares anymore, and it's just becoming background noise because it's like you're not doing anything.
It's almost
It's like-
detrimental.
it's like it's becoming. It's so common that it's not significant at all.
And I mean, we're also not seeing like any direct repercussions to our actions. So I mean,
Right.
it's like,
And it's like they're not like I have this like big qualm with just people like I always revert back to like the ice bucket challenge. It's like,
Right.
yes, you're spreading.
It's
a
sort
good
of like what
thing.
you were saying with Drake earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you're doing it for your own beneficial like regard and like selfish needs.
Maybe
and
that's
all
the
that.
only way we're gonna get humans to ever do anything good, though. Is
Well,
like
it's
it has
because-
to like it
Give
has
them an
to give them
incentive.
likes on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, you have to feel like you're doing something without
Or-
actually contributing at all. You know, like you're not doing it. Like you, honestly, you protesting probably even just like enacts more like issues with climate change. I'm sure some people had plastic water bottles out there. or
You
some
know
shit
what?
and dropped
And you
one.
saw this with when Trump was first elected with all of like it was all about who had like the best sign
Yeah.
and
Right.
like the best viral sign to
Right.
post on Instagram, like who
That's a
looked the
great
most
point.
like people were acting like they just wanted a shot of them
Right.
that looked like they were involved in the
Dude,
1960s.
Look at like if it's do you guys know the Krasenstein brothers on Twitter?
No.
No.
So basically, they're these like two guys that every time Donald Trump tweets,
Property bros.
they fucking what is it?
the
property
property
bros?
bros.
The
Every
property
time Donald
bros.
Trump tweets, they fuck him. Did you say?
No. They reply to his tweet and they try to like have like the best fucking. It's like everyone. They try to have like the most
Oh, yeah.
fucking
Response.
awesome tweet,
Yeah.
awesome response to Donald Trump. It's like you're saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it doesn't. None of it matters.
Yeah.
None of it matters, and it's just to get yourself those favorites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird little
all right, so
shindig
we
we
only
do.
have a couple of minutes left, so we'll do a speed
shit.
round with these real quick.
excellent.
All right.
So there's nothing wrong with ghosting someone. I agree to a point.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there has to be a certain connotation.
I don't think there's anything wrong with ghosting someone if you just like started hanging out.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I mean,
100%.
Or if
there's
you
a,
haven't
there's a
even
line
met.
that's cross. Being obsessed with grown men who play with balls for a living is a really weird thing to be considered masculine.
I have an
What?
idea. They're like
It's
they're-
saying if you're a sports person,
Oh,
that's
oh.
an odd thing to be like. That's weird that sports is associated with masculinity.
yeah, it's like as nerdy as playing video games.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
see why it's such
Just
like
because
a-
you're exerting more
Keith,
energy doesn't
thoughts?
like.
Well, I
Thoughts?
fucking
You
love.
fucking nerd.
I fucking you'll call me a nerd if I
Yeah.
like baseball, bro.
Yeah,
I
know.
don't care.
I think
Dude.
people should be allowed to like whatever, but I think
Yeah,
it's
of course.
interesting that is the thing that's
synonymous with
deemed
masculinity.
masculine.
It's weird that like not all sports because there are sports, but most like prominent, especially American sports, all have to do with the playing of a ball.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
a weird,
that's-
like little
that's
interesting
weird.
thing.
It's
It
very
is
weird.
weird. I have one.
Sick.
Okay.
Teen/young adult suicide is a bigger problem than school shootings. I think
Yeah.
that.
That would probably be based on the stats.
Well,
I don't know if that's an opinion or a fact.
well, that's true, but I think that they both stem from the same fucking overall issue of
Yeah.
of mental health.
Yeah.
I
So-
mean, have you seen that like the leading cause of death in like adolescent males is suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude,
Really?
I prefer the soft, squishy fries to the crunchy ones.
No.
That's-
No,
What?
that's awful.
That is
that is a very
disgusting.
What is it?
unpopular
What did it say?
opinion.
You're a loser.
I prefer soft, squishy fries to the crunchy ones.
Oh,
That is
no.
outrageous.
Yeah, that's a bad opinion.
Yeah.
Unpopular.
If you're an adult and you still make basic errors like writing could, should, would've, or mixing up then and then, you deserve to be ridiculed.
Yeah, I think that goes along with the assisted suicide thing. You know,
Yeah.
They should just be euthanized.
Yeah. Speaking of soft French fries and mental illness,
There, and there.
The new Arthur episode with Mr. Ratburn getting married
Wait a
is
second.
The gay
unacceptable
rad wedding?
and
Yeah.
ridiculous, huh?
Okay,
Really?
so they made the first gay wedding on this cartoon
Yeah.
a
Yes.
rat.
Yes.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Well, but they're
It's
all
the
rats
fun-
though.
They're all rats. Yeah. Isn't
They're
it
all
like
rats. Arthur's an
Aardvark
aardvark.
song,
Oh
right?
yeah.
What? Since you guys are both rats, how
Yeah.
did you feel
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
you know, again, I see no problem with it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm all for representation.
Yeah.
Whatever. Who cares, man?
Honestly, like I think one of the biggest issues in this country right now is that rats are sort of falling in the background. There are more rats in New York City than there are people, and they get
Yeah.
no
Yeah, and-
respect.
Yeah, no one even notices.
Look who started
yeah.
the plague.
Yeah.
Fleas.
So honestly, like good, and like if we're gonna talk about major issues that deserve to be
rats
talked
are
about, it's gay rats.
Yeah,
They need representation. I'm happy that they're getting it.
I agree.
Oh, dude.
I think straight rats okay. They're okay. Gay rats.
Yeah,
though, that's
right.
a
Uh-oh.
different- They have my heart.
Dude, I have a gross one.
All right.
Yeah.
Teachers should wear body cams like police so parents can see how their children act.
Dude, that's
That's
That's-
over the top.
Yeah.
I
Horrifying.
was watching a video when I was back in Germany. Me and Julian watched this video of like the new parental controls on the Switch, and it's insane. Like
What's
you
the-
can set like basically you can set timers on it for like when you play too long.
Mm.
And so like it'll literally start. So like okay, you can play for an hour, and then it'll stop, and it'll just go. And then like if you play over it, and if you keep doing it, like it'll track how long you play, and then it sends it to like the parent's phone and
Sends a
everything.
naked
Oh my
picture of
God.
Yeah,
Michelle
dude.
Obama.
This will like it's. Have you seen that Black Mirror episode of
Yeah,
when like you
when
can
she
see
kills-
through her?
yeah.
When she can see through her child's eyes.
Yeah.
It's
No,
like an
no.
app that you install
You
on
haven't
your
seen that?
kid.
No.
And
I
then you
watch
can
it,
see
yeah.
Huh?
Archangel was the episode.
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can just see through your child's eyes and
Oh.
see what they're doing. And she sees her like have sex, do
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
and she ends
dude.
up killing her.
Yeah, she ends up killing her
Yeah.
mom because she hid it from her.
I
so
think
long.
Black Mirror is like so productive for a society.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
I
It's
was-
productive, but I think it's also kind of out there. I don't think it's.
That
it's out
show-
there, but like for example, it's like you start to it's a way of like disseminating like various possibilities of the future in like an
Mhm.
entertaining and captivating way to like put it on people's minds. You know.
I,
Okay. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go on. No, it's okay.
What were you gonna say, dude?
I-
What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say. So I've watched like every episode of the show, and there are maybe like 2 or 3 that don't make me feel like hot garbage afterwards.
Yeah.
It's. Yeah, I mean, like it's cool though. It's interesting.
So I have one more to end this on, and it's very controversial. Horses and cows are ugly. I don't care that your parents own a ranch and that you think these animals are adorable or cute. Maybe this is only a huge issue in my town, but it feels like every girl in the world has to tell me how much they love horses and cows. Don't get me wrong, I love what these two animals have done for mankind, but I don't need to see a million shots of their subpar faces.
That's
Wow.
fair. That's fair.
Nah, I like horses. Cows can go fuck themselves.
Really? I feel like I'm the
Beautiful.
exact
yeah, I
opposite.
really love
yeah.
I like horses because people have always said I'm a stallion.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
No.
That's odd.
we
because I
can't go
really
down
don't
this
see
road.
that.
Every time I see a cow though, like I just get like so emotional almost. It's a really nice experience for me.
Teary eyed.
Okay.
What
so
does
there-
it feel like?
Have you ever seen the videos of cows playing with like bouncy balls and stuff? It's literally like one of the top 5 most adorable things on
I
the internet.
did
Really?
see that.
Yeah.
Yes, it was on
It's
Reddit.
real pleasant.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
looked like a
horses-
dog.
Horses don't do much.
No, you can
know.
ride a horse.
If it breaks
Ride
its
a
leg
cow.
though, you gotta shoot it.
I hope
If
not.
you can ride a horse, you can ride a cow.
True.
Yeah. So that's it. We're done.
Thanks for
Okay.
having us, guys.
Yeah,
can I
seriously.
do a little promotion
Yeah,
if you
plug,
don't mind?
plug,
Yeah.
plug.
So I have a podcast coming out soon. It's called the Snake Cast. It's like a regular podcast, but I interview snakes.
Nice.
If you want to check it
There will
out,
be a live stream.
It's
Dude,
coming
what's
soon.
what's the first snake you're having on?
it's going to be a boa constrictor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
What are you going to talk about?
Snakes.
Other snakes? Other species?
What's the name
Well,
of it again?
The Snake Cast.
Taylor, what about you?
What?
What do you want to plug, man?
I'll plug the band called Sad. Follow us on Instagram, Spotify.
And
all
what
that
does
other
the
stuff.
slug want to plug? Slug plug?
A new dating service.
Hold on, let him speak. Let him speak.
It's a she.
Let her speak.
All right, y'all.
Okay,
Sorry
cool.
this was a short one, but I have to go to dinner now. So
We're gonna get some ramen.
thanks, everybody.
Nice.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Peace
Bye.
out. Yo, hit that stop stream.
Can you put the mic down?
Hit that stop stream button, bro.
So I can take a photo real quick?
Yeah, hurry up.
Should we